She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You can sleep on the floor." My own mother. After taking $2,500 of my money. In front of my entire family. What she didn't expect. What happened exactly 55 minutes later, when her phone started ringing off the hook, and her perfect vacation crumbled into chaos. But wait. Before I tell you how I destroyed their trip, and why my mother is still trying to get me to apologize 3 months later, I need you to promise me something. If what my family did makes your blood boil, drop a in the comments right now. Because trust me, it gets worse. Picture this. I'm standing in the open-air lobby of a 5-star resort in Maui. Waterfalls. Koi ponds. The smell of plumeria and expensive sunscreen in the air. I just survived a 6-hour flight crammed in economy, middle seat, between a man who didn't understand personal space and a screaming toddler. Meanwhile, my mother and sister Ashley. They were sipping champagne in first class. Lay-flat seats. Hot towels. But that's not even the worst part. See, you need to understand something about my family. I'm 26. Ashley is 24. And my entire life, there have been 2 sets of rules. If I got an A-, why wasn't it an A+? If Ashley got a C+, they threw a party to celebrate her unique learning style. I mowed lawns for jeans. She got a brand new car with a red bow on her 16th birthday. My feelings. Too dramatic. Her feelings. A royal decree that must be obeyed immediately. I was the practice child. She was the masterpiece. Quick question. How many of you grew up as the responsible one, while your sibling got away with everything? Type same in the comments. I see you. I feel you. So when my mom announced this grand family reunion in Maui, I was skeptical. But that stupid little part of me that still wanted her approval. It said yes. She asked me to pay $2,500 for my share of the room. I sent it 6 months in advance. 6 months. Leading up to the trip, whenever I asked for my confirmation number, or which room I was booked in, radio silence. Or a vague "don't worry, I'm handling it." I should have known. We arrive at the resort. 12 of us. The whole extended family. My mother marches up to the front desk like she owns the place. Smith party. 5 rooms. The receptionist starts handing out keys. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, oceanfront suite. Ashley Smith, king room, garden view. Aunt Linda and Uncle Bob, here you go. One by one, the keys disappear. I'm standing there, holding my carry-on. Waiting. The receptionist looks at me. Then the screen. Then my mother. "Ma'am? I only have 5 rooms. There's no reservation under this name." The silence was deafening. My aunt stared at the floor. Ashley scrolled her phone, bored. My dad rubbed the back of his neck like he always does when he knows something bad is about to happen. And my mother. She tapped her chin with her manicured finger. Put on this ridiculous performance of confusion. Oh dear. I could have sworn I booked 6 rooms. How silly of me. Then she turned to me. Not with an apology. With a dismissive wave of her hand. Well, oops. With all the bookings for your sister and your aunts, I must have let yours slip through the cracks. She smiled. But it's fine. You can just crash on the floor in Ashley's room. It'll be like a sleepover. Stop. Right. There. You're 26 years old. You paid $2,500 for this trip. And your mother just told you, in front of everyone, to sleep on the floor like a dog. What would you do? Type walk out if you'd leave. Type stay if you'd swallow your pride. I'll tell you what I did in a second. But first, Ashley's reaction. She let out this dramatic sigh and rolled her eyes at my mom. Ugh, really? My room isn't that big. Where's she gonna put her stuff? I don't want her suitcase cluttering up my vibe. My mother actually comforted her. Oh honey, don't worry. She can keep her luggage in the closet. She won't be in your way. I was being discussed like an inconvenient piece of furniture. Like an oversized lamp they didn't know where to store, and that's when it hit me. This wasn't an accident. You don't forget to book a room for the person you took thousands of dollars from. Not when you spent 8 months color coordinating dinner outfits. This was a power move. A humiliation ritual. Her way of showing the entire family that I was less than. That I should be grateful just to be allowed near them. 26 years of being the afterthought, the scapegoat, the family punching bag, it all crystallized into one moment. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I refused to give them the satisfaction. I looked my mother dead in the eyes for 3 long seconds until that fake smile started to crack. Then I turned around and walked toward the door. Where are you going? She yelled. Don't be dramatic. Come back here. I didn't stop. I walked straight to the taxi stand, got in the first cab, and said 5 words that would change everything. Take me to the Four Seasons. Now here's the thing you need to know. The Four Seasons. It was significantly more expensive and exclusive than where my family was staying. I pulled out my phone. Opened my banking app. Saw that $2,500 transfer I'd made 6 months ago. Then I opened my credit card app. I have excellent credit. A high limit I never touch. Today? I was going to touch it. I walked into that Four Seasons lobby and asked what they had available. The receptionist smiled. We have our oceanfront prime suite, and our penthouse level club suite. I didn't even ask the price. I'll take the penthouse. 15 minutes later, I was in a private elevator going up to a suite bigger than my entire apartment back home. Wraparound balcony. Private hot tub overlooking the ocean. A bathroom with a soaking tub the size of a small swimming pool. A bed that looked like a cloud. I stood on that balcony. Warm ocean breeze on my face. Champagne in my hand. And for the first time in hours, I could breathe. I took a photo. My feet up on the railing. Glass of champagne. Stunning panorama of the Pacific Ocean. Posted it to Instagram. Tagged the location. Caption, sometimes you just have to treat yourself. Solo vacation mode activated. Then I put my phone down. And got in the hot tub. Exactly 55 minutes later, nuclear detonation. My phone started melting. Text from Dad, where did you go? Your mother is very upset. Text from Ashley, OMG stop being such a brat and come back. You're ruining everything. Mom is crying. Then the calls started. My mother. 4 times in a row. Then my aunts. Then my cousins. My phone was vibrating so hard it was buzzing its way across the table. I let it ring for 20 minutes while I finished my champagne. When I finally looked, masterclass in narcissism. First came the fake concern, please pick up. We're worried sick. Where did you run off to? Then the guilt, how could you do this on the first day? You've upset everyone. Your grandmother is rolling over in her grave. My grandmother died 10 years ago and hated travel. But okay. Then the rage, you are a selfish, ungrateful child. After everything I've done, you throw a tantrum. Get back here and apologize to your sister. And Ashley. Her texts were focused on what really mattered to her. You have the bag with the good sunscreen. Bring it back. We're supposed to take family photos at sunset. If you're not here, you'll look stupid being left out. Just come back and sleep on the floor. It's not that big of a deal. God, you're so dramatic. I read through every message with a strange sense of calm. They weren't worried about me. They were worried about the disruption to their perfect picture. They were furious I had gone off script. So I sent one reply to the group chat. Just one. I am not missing. I am safe. Since there was no room for me at your hotel, and since I am a 26-year-old woman who refuses to sleep on the floor like a dog after paying $2,500, I have made my own arrangements. Do not contact me. I am on vacation. Then I blocked them all. Mom. Dad. Ashley. The aunts who were just her flying monkeys. Blocked. The silence that followed. Blissful. I spent the rest of that week living my best life. Room service every meal. Hours at the adults-only infinity pool. Massage at the spa. 3 books on my private balcony. I didn't see my family once. Even though they were only a mile away. I found out later from a cousin I hadn't blocked that their week was an absolute disaster. My mother spent the entire time raging about my betrayal. She was trying to figure out where I was staying so she could confront me. That Instagram post. It sent her into a spiral. Because how could her daughter afford the 4 seasons when they couldn't? Ashley was miserable because Mom's dark mood ruined the vibe. And Dad? He drank too many Mai Tais and hid on the golf course. The grand family reunion was a total failure. And for the first time in my life, it wasn't my fault. I wasn't there to absorb the tension. I wasn't there to fix everything. I was sipping mojitos in a penthouse. When I flew home, I booked myself first class. That was 3 months ago. I haven't spoken to my mother or sister since. My dad keeps sending weak texts begging me to apologize to keep the peace. I told him, not until Mom returns my $2,500 and gives me a genuine apology. She hasn't. Of course she hasn't. She's spreading lies that I abandoned them in a foreign place and caused her severe emotional distress. But you know what? I don't care anymore. That week in Maui cost me a fortune. My savings took a massive hit. I'm still paying off that credit card. But buying my freedom. My self-respect. That was priceless. I realized something on that balcony. I spent my whole life trying to buy a seat at a table where I was never truly wanted. I was done begging. It was never about the room. It was about the blatant disrespect. The realization that no matter what I did, they would always treat me like I was disposable. So I stopped being disposable. I disposed of them instead. So that's my story. How I blew up my family's vacation in under an hour. And I have absolutely zero regrets. Now I want to hear your verdict. Was I too harsh? Or did they get exactly what they deserved? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. And if you've ever dealt with a toxic family member who treated you like you were invisible, hit that subscribe button. Because I have more stories. And trust me, they get even crazier. I'll see you in the next one.